Boat pose. Begin seated with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, hands resting beside your hips. Draw your awareness inward and focus on your breath. Keeping your spine straight, lean back slightly and lift your feet, bringing your shins parallel to the floor. Draw your navel in towards your spine, lift your chest, and lengthen the front of your torso. Extend your arms forward in line with your shoulders, with your palms facing each other, or you can keep them resting beside your hips. Balance on your sits bones, keeping your spine straight. With an exhalation, straighten your legs to a 45-degree angle from the ground, bringing your body into a V shape. Soften your eyes and your face. Gaze at your toes. If your arms are parallel to the floor, spread your shoulder blades wide and reach out through your fingers. Actively engage your hands. Stay in this pose for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To release the pose, exhale as you lower your legs and your hands to the floor. Chair pose. Stand with your feet together or hip width apart, feet parallel. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky, palms facing each other. Exhale, bend your knees deep and shift your hips back and down as if you were sitting in an imaginary chair. Keep your knees over your ankles. Lengthen your tailbone down, draw your navel up and in. Don't allow the low back to overly arch. Relax the shoulders back and down. Gaze on the floor 4 feet ahead of you. Hold the pose and take 5 slow, full breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your arms. Child's pose. Start kneeling and take your hips back to your heels. All 10 toes pointed back, tops of the feet to the floor. Knees can be touching or as wide as the mat. Exhale, walk your hands in front of you as you hinge forward from your pelvis. Rest your torso on or between your thighs, forehead on the floor. Relax tailbone towards your feet. Rest the elbows, forearms, and palms on the floor in front of you. Inhale, widen your low back and side ribs with your breath. Exhale, let your body release down. Keep your breathing slow and steady for 5 to 10 full breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, Relax your shoulders away from your ears. 5. Inhale, place your hands underneath your shoulders and push yourself upright. Cobra pose. Lie on your stomach and place your forehead on the floor. You can have your feet together or hip width apart. Keep the tops of your feet pressing against the floor. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, keeping your elbows close to your body. Draw your shoulder blades back and down and try to maintain this throughout the pose. Draw your pubic bone towards the floor to stabilize your lower back and press your feet actively onto the floor. Inhale, peel your head and chest off of the floor. Keep your elbows lightly bent and your pelvis on the floor. You can test the engagement of your back muscles by taking your hands off from the floor for a moment to see what is comfortable, a maintainable height for you. Keep the neck long and in line with the spine. Hold the pose for 5 slow breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, lower back to the ground. Corpse pose. Lie on your back, lift your hips and lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Press your elbows onto the floor and draw your shoulder blades together on your back. Extend each arm near the side of the body, arms heavy on the floor, palms up, legs open wide. Close your eyes and find stillness and let go of any conscious breath. Stay here for 5 to 15 minutes at the end of your practice. To come out, slowly begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Reach your arms up overhead for a big stretch. Roll over onto your right side. Take several deep breaths here. And gently press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Cow pose. Begin on all fours. Bring your wrist directly under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Bring your head to a neutral position. With an inhale, arch your spine. Broaden across the chest, sending the sternum and heart forward. Draw your shoulders back and down and reach your tailbone towards the sky. Keep the front of your neck open. Exhale, come back to a neutral position.